Let me introduce myself first. My name is Tyson Clayton. I am Market Trader Institute's product expert, Forex mastermind. Essentially, I've been in this business. I don't want to bore you with a lot of details of who I am, but I think it's, as I mentioned, I think it's important to understand who you're talking to. But I've been in this business in one way or another for about 16 years. I've helped train thousands of investors. I've made thousands of investments myself. I'm an international speaker, professional analyst, and a full-time trader. And I have to say, I absolutely love this. I love what I do. I say all the time, I've been around the block. I've seen a lot. And I am absolutely honored and blessed to be with whom I consider to be the greatest trading and investing company in the entire world. That's Market Traders Institute. Now, I make a few assumptions when I do these webinars. I don't do a little background on myself, I don't do a lot of webinars to non-Market Trader Institute students. Most of my time, in fact, all of my time, is spent in front of Market Trader Institute students, doing trading session and doing client-only webinars. So this is a very special day for me. I'm very excited to kind of show you some of the techniques that we use and show you some of the ways that we are helping students make life-changing money. And that's really what this is all about. I say this constantly. I believe every single person in this room, I make the assumption that everybody here has one of two goals, right? Either you want to change your life, change your financial life, or you want to enhance your financial life. One or the other. Now, sometimes if somebody says, hey, listen, I'm looking, this is going to change your financial life, that can be maybe a little offensive, potentially, right? You might say, well, I don't need my financial life changed. Well, then what I'm saying is, if it's not going to change your financial life, then this could for sure enhance your financial life. Now, I've got a couple of questions as we get things kicked off, and then we're going to go live into the markets. But the question I want to ask is, I want you to jog your mind a little bit. I want you to really think about this. And I want you to ask yourself, the question is, have you ever wondered if you can make life-changing money in the financial markets? Have you ever wondered, and you've probably gotten emails and promotions and marketing material and all this, and you see all these people making a tremendous amount of money. Have you ever wondered if that could be you? If you could potentially make enough money to quit your job, to accomplish whatever financial goals you have, to go on more vacations, to travel around the world. I look at this and I say one of my goals, and I say this to Market Trader Institute students almost every single day, is I tell them we need to help them get to a point where they can create what I call an FU fund. And I don't want you to think of something vulgar when I say an FU fund. What I mean by that is it's a forget you fund. And if you can get that forget you fund, or that kind of forget you mentality, what that does is it's liberating. And what I mean by that is this, is my forget you mentality is, we have a lot going on in the world, and there's a lot of things what I can do is I can turn on the TV and I can see all these crazy things happening. We've got a U.S. election going on. We've got Brexit happening. We've got China becoming a part of the reserve currencies and the International Monetary Fund. We have all this kind of crazy stuff going on. But you know what? As long as the markets are open, none of it matters. So I can say, what? Forget you. It doesn't matter what happens in the economy. It doesn't matter what happens and who gets elected. As long as there's a free market, I can make money. And that is an absolute amazing thing. In fact, it's by far the best gift that's ever been given to me. And I'm glad you're here, because I think you guys can join this group and have it be one of the best gifts given to you, where you get to a point, as long as the markets are open, as long as they're open, no matter who wins, then guess what? You can make money. And Jeff says, I'm long if Trump wins. Well, awesome. You know what? I'm going to leave my opinion at the door on that, but I can tell you this right now. It doesn't matter who wins, because regardless of who wins, we're going to have ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and guess what? I'm going to do the best I can to generate income for me and my family, and that's how I provide for my family, is through the financial markets. Now, today I'm excited to have you be here, because you're going to discover a few things that are very, very, very important. Very important. Number one is you're going to discover how you can start making money today, and that's the most important thing. Again, I make the assumption that all of you are here for a reason. You are tired of being, giving your money over to somebody else to manage. You have the desire to do it yourself. You have what I call the trader seed. And now it is our jobs, and hopefully by the end of this, you realize that that trader seed can grow professionally and very profitably. So we're going to show you how you can start making money today. That's very, very important. And that's what your expectations should be. And I'm going to show you a very simple to follow strategy that will help you generate more income starting right away. And that's the most important thing. This is the greatest business you'll ever be a part of because it takes a very small amount of money, which I'll show you in a second, and you have the potential to make a very large amount of money in a short amount of time. In fact, we have a trade currently in the markets right now that was called out yesterday that I'll show you that's up over $2,000 in a matter of 24 hours just from yesterday's trade. Absolutely amazing. These are the type of stuff that we do every single day. So we're going to go into the markets in a second, but the focus is going to be on the leveling strategy. And this is a strategy that was brought to the market and perfected by a gentleman named Joshua Martinez. Joshua Martinez, if you don't know who he is, I'll introduce him in a second. I'll tell you a lot about him in a second here. But essentially, the leveling strategy is a strategy that has encompassed everything that a trader needs to know into one systematic process. And we have thousands and thousands of students making a tremendous amount of money, generating life-changing income. Every single day, every week, found a systematic process. It's amazing. By the end of this, you're going to see that you also can join that group. Now, I want to show you some of the results of some of the students that have taken this leveling course, that have learned this strategy, perfected this strategy. And I want you to understand that these students have never been on their own. What I mean by that is when you decide to take a course with Market Traders Institute, when you decide to join our team, we hold you by the hand and we guide you. In the strategy I'm going to talk about today, the leveling strategy, there's a way to trade it that generates an amazing amount of money. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to just give you a set of tools and say, hey, good luck. Good luck with those tools. That's like somebody going off and, let's say I'm a city folk, right? I go out and buy a farm and the farmer gives me all their farming equipment. I'm not going to know how to use that farming equipment. He's got to teach me. Well, that's exactly what we do. Joshua Martinez is going to stay with you step by step, teaching you the way that he generates an amazing amount of income. And I'm going to show you that today. It's going to be awesome. But I mean, you just check out some of these results, and we get these type of testimonials every single day. You see here, Don is up 1,499 pips, verified by MyFX Book. That's a live account. You got Eric up 572 pips. His account is up 447 pips since he started watching Joshua Martinez's daily outlooks. It's absolutely amazing. $1,000 on the pound Swiss. We get these constantly in our Facebook and in our email and all this good stuff. And one of the focuses, as I mentioned, one of the focuses in this webinar is going to be on Joshua Martinez's leveling strategy. And before we go into those details, I have 3 questions for you. And these are very, very important questions, because I think we need to understand the why we're here and why we do something to make it matter. We've got to care enough about something and believe enough in something to then make a decision to say, listen, I have to do my part to accomplish whatever goal that I have. So what I want to know is, and you can just write this down, you can type it in the question section if you want, but I want to know, what is your number one reason for being here? Why are you here? Because I make a lot of assumptions. I assume that all of you are here because you have a desire to generate more income, fire your job, whatever it might be. But what are the reasons you're here? Jeff says financial freedom. James says travel. Eric says, you know what? I want to just fire my job and I want to start trading professionally. That's amazing. Well, then the next question is, well, why? Why do you want financial freedom? Well, what is that going to do for you? What is the core reason behind it? Right? Is it going to allow you to to retire eventually? Is it going to allow you to quit the job you don't necessarily like? And then also the next thing is, how is this going to help you and your family? It's important to think about these things. We have to understand the why before we make a decision to actually dive in and do anything. Now, let me give you a little reasons why I do what I do. Now, there's two core reasons I do what I do. One, I'm a Market Trader Institute's product expert, Forex mastermind, not because I have to be, but the number one thing is because I've been through a whole lot of things. I've seen the pitfalls in this business, and I've seen the mountaintops in this business. I know what it means to struggle. In fact, the first 4 years of my trading career, making every mistake you possibly could, thinking I was smart enough to do this on my own, and all I did was I was a perennial loser. I just sat there and lost and lost and lost, and until I finally woke up and realized that the only way I can become successful in this business is very simple. I have to find people who are successful in this business, and then I have to start to mimic what they do. Type in a wire yes if you agree with that. If you agree that the financial markets, trading and investing, is as simple as finding those who are successful at this, and then all you do is watch them and start to mimic what they do. It's that simple. I'm living proof of that. After 4 years of doing nothing but losing, I finally decided that I needed to find a system, I needed to find a mentor. And I sat down with my mentor for about 9 months, did nothing but sit there and watch him trade. And I learned a tremendous amount. But what I learned the most is I learned what being a professional trader looked like. It was absolutely amazing. The reason why it was important to me is because I was miserable working for somebody else. I didn't want to work for anybody. I couldn't stand having a boss. That was just me. And I always knew early on in life, this was very easy for me. I always learned that I'm never going to be, Elon Musk. I'm never going to be Steve Jobs. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but in fact, I'm not even that smart. But if I can find a systematic pattern, if I can find a process, and if I can learn how to make the money I have and the money I'm going to make in the future work harder for me, and maybe even work while I'm sleeping, then I'm eventually going to grow that to a number that I can do whatever I want to in life. And so I realized that if I'm not going to be some genius out there conquering the world and making millions and millions of dollars as some genius, then guess what? I better find something that I can start pretty small at and learn a systematic process and something that can be learned, meaning can the average person learn it? Let me tell you 100% for fact, the average person, because I'm pretty average, can learn this business. Now, the way it helps me and my family is very simple. I'd be miserable if I didn't trade. That's just me. I owned a mortgage company before I became successful at trading, and I had no desire to be in the mortgage industry. I wanted to trade. I had a desire, a drawing to trading. Some of you might understand what I'm talking about. Some of you might have tried to trade in the past. Maybe it hasn't worked out that well. Here's what I want to say about that. I want you to realize that if you are here because you have a desire to trade and invest, that desire to trade and invest and generate more income with your money is never going to go away. It's never going to go away. Trust me. I'm a very devout man of faith, and I spent a lot of time on my knees praying, saying, take this away from me, because I did nothing but lose, and it never went away, ever. But that's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's good because you're here, because there's a way to make this work fast and efficiently to get you to an amazing profitable level, but it's also very painful for those that don't pay attention. But the old saying is, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't force the horse to drink. Well, I'm going to bring you to water today. I'm not calling you a horse. I'm just saying I'm going to bring you to water. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, exactly what thousands of MTI students are doing to generate an amazing amount of money. Now, at the end of this, the decision will be yours, right? But I do know this. Success is based upon a system. And a system in our eyes is very simple. It's an acronym. It's save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. And if you can find something that is systematic, right? And you can find something that is proven, not hypothetical. I'm not talking about pie in the sky, hypothetical, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm talking real stuff. If you can find a system that helps you save yourself time, energy, and money, and that's duplicatable, right? So something that you can not only make money today, and tomorrow off of, but something that you can literally forecast and look to make money for the rest of your life. If you can find that, it's worth every single investment of time, money, and energy that you can put into it. Take it from me. This business has completely changed my life, and I thank the Lord every single day that I do what I do because I can't imagine doing anything else. It's absolutely awesome. And I'm excited you guys are here. I'm going to show you, again, I'm going to bring you to the exact point. I'm going to show you the exact things that our students are using to generate amazing amounts of money. And then the decision will be yours, whether you want to join, whether you want to join our team or not. If you do decide to join our team, then I can tell you this. We're going to take you by the hand. We're going to guide you step by step. We're going to trade in front of you. We're going to trade with you. We're going to do everything we can to help you become successful in this business. And do one of two things. Keep these two things in mind. We're going to help you change your financial future, become financially free, or enhance your financial future. Type of me if you think that sounds like good. Hey, sign me up. That's awesome. I agree. Let's go. Let's take a look at this stuff. All right, let me introduce you to the man that's created this entire strategy. The man that's created the most profitable, consistent strategy I have ever seen in my entire life. His name is Joshua Martinez. Joshua Martinez is the Director of Client Success. He has historically taken a $500 initial deposit and turned it into over $39,000. Now, that should just absolutely blow you away. The percentage return on that is just astronomical. It's huge. He's a published author, an international speaker. He's a full-time trader. This is what he does. He's known as the FX Pathfinder, and he's known worldwide. You might have heard of him. He's been published in FX Trader magazine. He's been published in some of Trader Planet's books, Equities.com, Forex Crunch, all over the world. He's amazing. He is absolutely amazing. He is the Director of Client Success for Market Traders Institute. Now, some of you may not know who Market Traders Institute is. Market Traders Institute was founded. This is our building. We just purchased this building. Our students are experiencing amazing success. Our company is growing leaps and bounds because our students are successful. We were founded in 1994. We're located in Orlando, Florida. Now, I wish I was located in Orlando, Florida. I'm not. I trade full-time out of my house in Minnesota, but our headquarters right here is located in Orlando, Florida. We have over 200 of the most amazing, most dedicated, most talented staff members in the entire industry. We've served and helped build to success over 30,000 students, and our mission is very simple. Our mission is to create successful traders, to help traders generate an income, to help them get their FU fund, that forget you fund that says, listen, I am the master of my own domain. Doesn't matter what the economy does, what the election does, what happens with this, I can generate income today, tomorrow, and for the rest of my life. It's absolutely amazing. And this is probably the biggest thing that brought me to Market Traders Institute, because I've been in this business for 17 years. And the reason why I chose Market Traders Institute as a place to come, first of all, because I believe in what they teach, because I trade what they teach. I generate my income from what they teach. Second of all, because of this slogan, we never leave a client behind. What that means is we are going to go above and beyond, do everything we possibly can to help you succeed, help you get to a point of generating income, of accomplishing whatever goals you have within this business. We have dedicated staff and account reps that will sit with you, guide you, and formulate a plan to help you accomplish all those goals. Now, there's a whole lot of things that I want to go into with the market. There's a whole lot of stuff that I need to talk about. But as I do this and as I give you a brief background of Market Traders Institute, it's also important to understand that we are the real deal. We are where the professionals come to learn how to trade. We've been seen on CNN, CNBC, Fox Business, all over the world. We are the experts, not only in trading currencies, but also the experts in trading and investing technology. You'll see that today. We are an Inc. 5000 company. In fact, we were ranked 592 in 2016. This is huge because it shows the growth. It shows that our core values are at the bottom line of everything we do, which is we do the right thing, which means we put our students first and our students' success first. If our students are not succeeding, then we are doing something wrong. We need to take a step back and do everything we can. We care. We make it happen. We live with urgency because the markets are changing constantly. We have a grow or die mentality, which is the mentality that each and every one of you as investors and traders should have. And the reason why is because when the market presents opportunities, we need to take advantage of them. And if we're not doing everything we can to grow our capital, then slowly but surely inflation and other things will make that capital die. So it's a grow or die mentality. Now, another thing that I'm very, very proud of, extremely proud of, in fact, is the fact that Market Traders Institute's students, we've done a survey. This was a third-party survey. The Market Traders Institute students are profitable 103% more than the average trader. What that means is if an average trader is making $10,000 a month or $10,000 a year, we double that. What that means is we do everything we can, and the reason why is simple, because we teach systematic formulas that students can duplicate for the rest of their lives. And we walk with them, we guide them, we hold their hands the entire time. We're like that. You've heard the parable of the fisherman. We are the master fishermen. We're right here at Market Traders Institute. Now we're going to teach you where to fish, what ponds to fish in, what tools to use, and then we're going to be there with you. When you're ready to launch, you launch. It's absolutely amazing. And some of the performance is this. Again, as I said, we get these constantly, every single week. 2,437 pips in 1 week. Now, some of you might not know what a pip is. I'm going to explain that in a second. But I want you to just imagine, be a part of this. 2,437 pips in 1 week. Now, I'm going to quantify that in a second here. 541 pips this week. 3,100 pips this month, 563 pips in 1 day, 415 pips this morning. Now again, you may not know what a pip means, but by the end of this you will know what a pip means. You'll understand that the power of what this means is life-changing. It's life-enhancing. Now I'm going to make one promise. My promise is this. It's very simple. By the end of this presentation, you will know exactly how Joshua Martinez and myself, how we generate, and thousands of students around the world generate 3,000 pips per month. Now, again, I'm going to quantify what that 3,000 pips mean. You'll see a proven track record, not hypothetical. I'm talking proven, real-time track record. That's up over 23,000 pips this year with a 71% win rate. But most importantly, you're going to see how this is a very simple formula. A simple formula that thousands of Market Trader Institute students are utilizing to generate life-changing income. You'll see that this is a very logical, simple, step-by-step process that anybody can learn. Now, I'm very excited to show you this, and for some of you, this is going to be life-changing. For others, you know what? Hopefully, this opens up a door, this sets off that light that says, you know what? I don't have to worry anymore. I can generate income. I don't have to worry about what's going to happen. Now let me kind of back up a little bit. I want to do a little introduction to currencies because I'm not sure if a lot of you know what the currency markets are. And we probably have a few people here who are advanced and a few people here who are a little bit newer. So let me kind of explain here, and then I'm going to go through step by step, go through the process and the strategy itself. But type in a wire yes if you can see the chart in front of you. And this is what's called the pound versus the New Zealand. If you've never seen a currency chart, this is a currency chart. And what this is the 1 hour chart. That means that every one of these bars, these are called Japanese candlesticks, and every one of these bars represents 1 hour of time. So when this bar closes, when we go from 3:25 Central Time or 4:25 Eastern Time to 5, we will get a new bar. This bar will close. And it shows the price swings from high to low each hour. Now, this moves, and currencies are priced in what's called pips. Pips stand for price interest points. And what that means essentially is price interest points are essentially 1/100th, and I don't want to get in the weeds, I don't want to complicate things, but I just want to let you know that price interest points are essentially 1/100th of a penny. And you might be thinking, well, how in the world can I make any money when something moves 1/100th of a penny? And the way you do that is because, and the way you can make tremendous amount of money is because of the leverage aspect within the currency markets. Now they move in pips, and over here you can see that this is the current price, and you'll see it moving up and down. I just want to give you an example here. In fact, before I give you this example, I want to actually go to my Facebook page, and I want to invite you, if you have not yet, if you're not a fan of mine yet, if you haven't went out and liked me on Facebook, I actually want to invite you to do that. I want to invite you to go and like me on Facebook right here. It's at facebook.com/Ty the Trader. The reason why I want to show you this is because this is an example of some trades that we post. These are examples of opportunities that some of our students can get into. But this was an opportunity that I posted yesterday at about 1 p.m. yesterday. So if we look here, I'm going to mark this exact time that I posted this, and then I'm going to go through the details of what all this means. So yesterday at about 1 p.m., right about there is when I posted it. You can tell because it says published by Tyson Clayton yesterday at 12:59 p.m. And I said the pound New Zealand is looking good for a rally. The idea was I wanted to get long, or to say it another way, I wanted to buy the pound versus the New Zealand. Now currencies are priced in pairs, trading one country's currency against another country's currency. So what this is the Great British Pound versus the New Zealand. And so it represents, if it goes up, it's representing that the Great British Pound is strengthening against the New Zealand. And so I wanted to take a long position yesterday at 1 p.m. And so that chart, or that trade was called out right here. I posted that on the Facebook page. And as of right now, if you would have gotten into that trade at the level that I called out long, which is 77.30, let me mark that also, at 77.30, right there, this trade right now would be up right at about 158 pips. So 158 pips. So what does 158 pips represent? Type in a M-E, if you have absolutely no clue with what 158 pips represents and what it means. And you don't need to be shy, you don't need to be afraid, I'm not going to call anybody out, but I just want to know you understand what the power of 158 pips is. Okay, well, what this means, 158 pips from this one trade that was obviously posted on my Facebook page yesterday. This is just an example of one trade that we take. And many students actually are participating in this. Look at Gary, pound New Zealand rocket today, trading world up over 200 pips. Awesome, awesome, absolutely amazing. Oops, let me go back to the charts here. What this means is this. There are three different account sizes that you can essentially trade within the currency markets, depending on your account size. And this is the beauty of the currency markets, is that you can start very small. You don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money. I'll give you an example of that. There's something called micro lots. What micro lots are is essentially they're the smallest lot size that you can trade within the currency markets. They're the smallest lot size that's allowed by a broker out there. And what it means is that if you invest $20 per trade, 1 pip equals 10 cents per trade. So that means in this trading example here that I've posted on my Facebook page, that means you would be up 10 cents over 158 pips, over 158 pips, you would be up $15.08. or 80 cents, $15.80. Now you might be thinking, well, geez, Tyson, that's not a lot of money. You're right, that's not a lot of money. But think about this. You had to buy the pound New Zealand. It took you $20 in an account to buy 1 microwatt. That trade is now up $15, up $15.80. Maybe saying it in this way might make it a little more exciting. What if you were to buy a stock today for 20 bucks, and before the market closes today, you could sell it for $35.80? That's exactly what happened with this trade right here, where if you would have invested $20, it's up 158 pips. That $20 has now gained a profit of $15.80, making the equivalent, let's say, of a stock of $20 is now $35.80. Absolutely amazing. That's the smallest amount you could trade. Now, you could step it up and you could trade what's called mini lots. In mini lots, you invest $200 per trade. Invest $200 per trade. Each pip is worth $1. So now you're starting to step up a little bit. Now you're starting to step up, the amount of money that you can actually make. And now, if you're kind of doing the math here, well, this trade would have produced, if you traded mini lots, would have produced $158. Not bad in a day's worth of work. Now, it's not life-changing, but again, we have a lot of students that start with micro lots, then start to progress into trading mini lots, and then eventually find themselves trading standard lots. And what a standard lot is this. Standard lot is where you invest $2,000 per contract. An average pip, 1 pip, is worth $10 per trade. So now if you think about this, this is where the life-changing money starts to come in at. Now, if you would have taken this trade with 1 standard lot over the course of the last 24, 26, 27 hours, you are now up a total of $1,580 on this 1 trade that was called out yesterday. Those are the different sizes that you can trade within the currency markets. Now, it doesn't take a lot. The question I get a lot of times is, well, how much do I need to open up an account to start trading? Well, there are brokers out there that will allow you to open up an account with as little as $50 in the account, and you can start to trade with as little as $20 in your account. It takes a very small amount to start trading. That's the beautiful thing about this business. It's a level playing field. Now, the difference between those that are very, very successful compared to those that are not successful, or to say it another way, the difference between the professionals and the novices is education. It's knowledge. It's very simple. Markets and accounts, essentially, the accounts of the novices are transferred to the accounts of the professionals, and it happens every single day. Now, the choice you need to make is, do I want to be on the professional side and have the transfer of money and wealth to me, or do I want to potentially transfer my money and my wealth over to another professional? And so in this business, there's a tremendous amount of money to be made. It's also very important to understand this. For every winner, there's also a loser. So yes, this trade produced, as of right now, and it's going to produce more, 158 pips. But just remember that every person who bought this, there was another person who sold this. Now, what is the difference between the person who sold this and the person who bought this? 9 times out of 10, it's education. 9 times out of 10, it's the professional, or those that are trading with the professionals, learning the professional systems, that are going to participate in the winning side. And it's the non-professionals, as I've mentioned, that are donating this money to the professionals. Now, I'm not a big fan of the huge professional traders and out there, and I'm not a big fan. I used to struggle with this as a man of faith, saying, well, how can I sit here and if there's a loser for every winner, how can I justify being on the winning side? And the way I justify it, maybe it is just a justification, is very simple. People are going to go out there and trade, and I have to do everything that I possibly can to provide for my family and myself, and to do all I can to help give to charities, to help send my kids to the best colleges, and this is the way that I do it. This is the way that I do it. Now, I want to keep the end goal in mind, and now I'm here to show you a strategy that we have students that are generating thousands and thousands of pips on a monthly basis. I want to keep that end goal in mind, so I want to show you some of the results, and I want to highlight these results strategically. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that this is the focus. It is called the FX leveling strategy. Now, this right here is a link, and hopefully everybody can see this. This right here is a link to Joshua Martinez's real live tracked account. This is what he calls his slow growth account. Joshua Martinez is the director of client success and the developer of the leveling strategy. Now, what he's done is he's allowed students to trade this strategy with him. He's given the indicators and everything that he does to this strategy. He's basically opened up the curtain of Wall Street and of professional traders and allowed the students to step inside his trading room, and he trades with them. But better than that, he doesn't only trade with them, he's given them the same exact tools so they can mimic what he's doing. This is a live account, non-hypothetical account, and here's the over 24,386 pips. Now again, if we go back to the example of what that means if you were trading a mini lot, since February 3rd, you would have generated $24,386 in returns. It's a mini lot. If you were trading a standard lot, and we have traders that are trading standard lots with Joshua Martinez, you're up over $243,000 since June. He's winning over 71% of his trades, and he's doing all of this live directly in front of students. Now, some people might look at this and say, well, can I really generate life-changing money? Can I really generate life-changing income? And the answer is absolutely yes. As long as you follow what the professionals are doing and you have the same tools that the professionals have, then the answer is 100% yes, you can. Now, I want to show you a growth plan. And Josh goes over his growth plan, and he customizes this for each student, and he helps you, and you get this plan with Josh. I want to just show you this real fast. I want to show you an example of how the compounding rate of money can grow to a level that you've maybe never dreamed about before. Right? Let's start with this. Let's say you start with a $10,000 account. And let's say that you can generate 6% per month. Now, you might be wondering, well, why 6% per month, Tyson? Because Josh is going to show you a management formula that for every 1,500 pips you generate should equivalent to 3% per month. So therefore, he's averaging 3,000 pips per month, which should, in this slow growth plan, and there's students that are trading this a little more aggressively, but in the slow growth formula, Josh is going to teach you 3,000 pips per month should equal 6% per month on a monthly basis. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a hypothetical. Let's say you start with a $10,000 account and you decide to manage your own money, right? You want to build for your future. You want to have this be an account that you can eventually generate your income, all your income from. But you're willing to sacrifice a little bit and have this compound. Let's say you start with $10,000 in the account. You grow it at 6% per month. And then let's also say you treat it just like a 401k or retirement account, and you add $500 per month to it, let's say. We can adjust these numbers. You could say, hey, what if I don't add anything, or what if I add more or start with more? But let's just say that you decide to trade this as a retirement account. I want to show you, and this is a slow growth plan. This plan can be increased and accelerated. But I want to show you this. By the end of year one, your account size is now $26,000. You started with $10,000. Your account size is now $26,468. Overall growth was $18,556. Now you added $6,000 to that, but overall you had a net gain of over $1,000 per month. Type it in me if you would absolutely love to generate $1,000 per month on a conservative, slow growth portfolio starting with $10,000. That's what Joshua Martinez is teaching and showing. Now, what's amazing about this is the compounding rate of return that happens. Right? At the end of year 2, we have 61,000. This is still sticking with the same exact formula, 6% per month, adding $500 to that account per month. At the end of year 2, you're up $61,000. Now, overall, your account growth has been $31,000. Wow. $31,000 over 2 years. When you get to year 4, or 3, 4, and 5, this is when it starts to get really, really exciting. Year 3, by the end of year 3, you have over $100,000. In fact, you have about $132,000. You've generated an overall account growth of $69,000. Now let's think about that. If you're at $69,000, 135, you've done that for 36 months, you're averaging over $1,920 per month. That means that you're generating on an annual basis, this is an average annual income of about $23,000 a year after year 3. Let's go to year 4. Year 4, you've generated an account growth is up to $145,000. In year 5, you're up to $298,000 in overall growth. $298,220. Over a 60-month period, that's over $4,900 per month, almost $5,000 per month. Or to say it another way, pretty close to $60,000 on an annual basis, and you started with $10,000. Absolutely amazing. And here's what I have to say about this. This is Joshua Martinez's slow growth formula. He's going to show you a way where if you want to, you can accelerate these returns. You can accelerate these returns by adding more and by increasing, because we have the ability to increase our lot size, by increasing our lot size strategically. Now, if we can get you to a point instead of 6%, we can get you to a point of 10%, the numbers jump up even more aggressively. By the end of year 5, the numbers get crazy, and you're talking millions and millions of dollars. That's the power of learning this business. It's absolutely amazing. So when I say we change lives or we enhance lives financially, it's because we do. We have students that have followed this formula, followed this plan, and are well on their way to generating more income than they've ever generated in their entire life. Now, I want to get into the details, the nitty-gritty of this strategy. I want to go into the details of how Josh is generating these 24,000 pips. Just absolutely amazing. I want to show you how easy this is. So, what Josh does is he first starts with changing the way that traders look at the markets. He starts with having you understand that looking at the markets with candlesticks is nice, it's good, but it's much simpler, and he's trained thousands of students, and he's realized that it's actually easier for students to understand and see patterns when it comes to line charts. Joshua Martinez is a very astute and great counter trend line trader, meaning if there's a trend line break, if price is moving down, and price breaks this trend line, we want to get long. If it's moving up and it breaks this trend line, we want to get short. But we want to make sure we do that in the right time and in the right place. So it's important, before I go into these details, it's important to know like the 3 core things and core steps you need to accomplish before you place any trade. Number 1, you need to understand and know direction, right? You need to understand where the market's moving. Because here's the reality. If you get everything else wrong, if you get your entry wrong and you get all of this stuff wrong and direction right, you should still be able to make money as long as you're able to manage the trade. But that is the most important thing, is direction. I'm going to show you with this strategy how we have created, and Josh specifically has created a strategy to make direction so easy. It's as easy as being able to see up arrows or down arrows. I'm going to show you that in a second. Number 2, you have to have a strategic and systematic way to enter. Entry. Number 3, manage the trade, which means your targets and stops. Stops meaning where are you going to be wrong? Where are you going to be right? Where are you going to be wrong? Those are the 3 core concepts to placing any trade. 3 core concepts to having any type of strategy. Now, when you have these things checked off, you also want to focus on a strategy that does two things also. Number one, how do you generate income? So the perfect strategy must, number one, generate income, and number two, build wealth. So here's what I want to tell you. Over my 17 years, if you can find a strategy that defines direction very easy, very logically, and straightforward, helps you with entries, and then helps you manage the risk or manage your targets and stops, you've got something really, really amazing. And then, to make it even better, you need to make sure that that strategy helps you build income today, generate income today, tomorrow, this week, this month, and it also helps you build wealth. If you've got something like that, you've got something absolutely awesome. Now, what a line chart is, I just want to real quick do a quick synopsis on a line chart. It's different than a bar chart. A bar chart looks like this. We've got, let's just call this a bar, right? So this is a bar chart. And we have, let's say it's an up bar. We have an open down here, and then we have a close up here. And what these are called wicks. These are the extreme price actions. So price, within this bar, what happened was price opened here, moved up, rallied up, or opened here, probably fell, then rallied up, traded all the way up to here, and ultimately closed there. What a line chart does is a line chart ignores the extremes and only focuses on the open and the close. So it looks like this. Line chart opens up, and what you'll see is this. You'll see price come down, and then go up, and then ultimately close there. And the line chart only represents the extreme of the open and the close and nothing else. So it's a pure form of price. It eliminates the noise within the bars. And a tremendous amount of students are utilizing the line charts as an entry tool. But we can't enter a trade if we don't know the direction it's moving in. So I want to show you strategy number, there's three strategies when it comes to the leveling course. And I want to show you the first two strategies. And the third strategy is a leveling technique that's built into the first two. Josh likes to call it Ultra Ninja, and he reserves that to be taught in the course with the students, but it's absolutely brilliant. But I want to show you the first two strategies. We're going to keep these things in mind. We're going to keep direction, entry, and management in mind. And then we want to keep these two things with this, which is, are we generating income? Can we generate income? And are we going to be able to build some wealth off of this? All right, so let's start. This is the pound New Zealand. I want to show you something, and what Josh has done is he's created over years and years and years worth of testing and back testing and knowledge and trading and all of this. He's come up with one of the most powerful indicators I've ever seen in my life. It's called the FX Finder. And it's one of the core strategies and core indicators used within the leveling room. Now, the FX Finder is an indicator you're not going to find anywhere else. What this does is it gives us the direction that we need to be trading in. Now, I want to make this as simple as possible. I want to just show you a few examples here. And I want to ask you to, if you could, I want to ask you to type in a Y or yes if you can clearly see red arrows down, green arrows up, red down, green up, red down. This works on any currency pair. In fact, let's switch. Let's go pound yen. We can go pound Aussie. We can go pound whatever. We can go euro whatever. But I want to just show you, I'm going to show you strategy number 2 first, because the concept of strategy number 2, which is the wealth building strategy, a lot of people are very attracted to this because it's more of a set and forget type of strategy. I love this because it's one of those concepts and one of those strategies where you can literally set up, push play, and have this thing generate income as you're sleeping, as you're on vacation, whatever it might be. It's more of a position trading strategy. Now what this is simple. When the arrows are green, we buy. And we hold it until the arrows turn red. When they turn red, we stop, we reverse the position, and we sell. So what does that mean? And I'm going to just go back, and we're going to go back through these two scenarios right here. This last buy. As you can see, zoom in a little further here. Right here at this point, let's say that we just started trading and we just got the FX Finder and we want to use it as a wealth building strategy. We want to focus on the wealth building strategy. Right there, you can see that the arrow just went from green or red to green, right here. That would be our first indication that it is now time to buy. And it turned green when price was right up here. Let me mark that. And that's when the strategy said, okay, it's time to buy. Something technically has happened within the markets that now let's forget everything, buy. And Joshua Martinez will show you the exact formula on the size and how to, depending on the account size you have, what type of size you need to trade. But again, remember, you could have taken this one trade with as little as $20 in your account. You then buy it, and you sit, and you hold it, and you don't sweat, you don't worry, you hold it, you let the technicals, the years and years and years worth of back testing and research and profitability work in your favor. And you sit there and you just hold this thing without sweating, without worrying. You're not sweating all these ups and downs, these ebbs and flows. And you hold it until you get red arrows in the opposite direction. So I'm going to keep moving forward here. Now, has the arrows turned red at all this entire ride higher? No, it hasn't. Would we be getting out of the trade? In my wealth building strategy, I would not be getting out of the trade. I would be holding the trade because I trust the indicator, the most powerful indicator probably created, FX Finder. I trust it, so I would hold, and I would just continue to hold until, bam, right there. Let me back up a little bit. Zoom in. Right there. Type of wire, yes, in the question section. If you can clearly see that at that point right there, that is when the arrows turned red. That is our indication to now get out, stop, reverse the position short. But before we reverse the position short, let's calculate what that trade would have been worth. If I would have gotten long here and I would have held the trade to here, look right up here, you can see range in pips. That trade would have been good for 397 pips or 396 pips on that first trade, so plus 397 pips on the first trade. Now what did I have to do to make that 397 pips? And remember, what does that 397 pips mean on a standard lot? Well, let's just say on a mini lot, that equals $397. On a standard lot, that equals $3,970. $3,970. Absolutely amazing. Now, what did I have to do to take that trade? Nothing. I had to simply trust the years and years and multiple sevens of figures going into the programming, the research and development of this strategy, and allow the strategy to do what it does, get me in and get me out. That's it. Now, what happened? Bars turned red. First of all, how long did this trade take? This trade took from the 18th of August to the 6th of September. So you're talking, what, 2-3 weeks? That's on one currency pair. Type it to me if you'd be okay generating about $4,000 in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks on one currency pair, taking one trade. But it doesn't stop there. All right, now we would have went short. Again, this is the wealth building strategy. This is strategy number 2. wealth building strategy, we would have went short right here. And the idea, the concept is we do nothing. We don't intervene. We don't fiddle. We let the markets do what they're going to do. The reason why traders lose so much money is they fiddle with the trades. They get in their own way. They don't know how to define direction. And then when they do define direction, they sit there and fiddle. They play with the trade. They try to intervene. They don't allow the markets to do what they're going to do. Yeah, Bill asked, do you use stops? Absolutely, Bill. Within this strategy right here that Josh is teaching, as you can see, Josh is correct 72% of the time, or 71% of the time. So obviously, yes, he does have stops. What he's going to do in the course, he teaches his systematic formula, and it's strategy number 3, systematic formula, and he teaches you exactly where to place your stops to generate the type of income you need to generate. So yes, absolutely. I'm not going to go into the details of where the stops are right now, but yes, he goes into everything to have you be able to generate this type of income or whatever income that you want to. And then he helps you size into that, helps you place those stops. So this trade here, we would have went short right here. After going long, we went short here. And I believe this is to the current market. As you can see, this red arrow right here indicates the current market price. So this trade, we would have went short here. We would still be in the trade short, up 418 pips. 418 pips. What that is that equals $418 on a standard lot. That equals $4,180. Now again, I want you to think about what you just generated in 2 trades, doing really not much at all other than pushing the button long here and then selling and then pushing the button short here. 2 trades in a matter of, well, what? A month and a week, so a matter of probably 5.5, 6 weeks. You took 2 trades. You generated a total of 397 pips and 418 pips in 2 trades, a total of 815 pips total. On a mini lot, that's $815. On a standard lot, that's $8,150. Now again, what does all this mean? And I want to make sure that this is put into the proper context. These 2 trades generated 815 pips total. To generate $815 using a mini lot, you would have needed a $200 account size, or you would have needed $200 in your account to generate $815 over the course of the last 6 weeks. If you had $2,000 in your account, you could have generated $8,150 in your account. Think about those returns. Those are astronomical, amazing returns. Now, if we go back to the spreadsheet, right, the wealth building spreadsheet, and we say, well, geez, Josh was only accounting for 6% per month. Are you starting to realize why 6% per month is absolutely just easy? It's easy for us that know what we're doing, for those that are in the know. For those that understand what we're doing and let the markets basically go through the patterns they've always went through. We have students that are generating much more than 6% per month because they're using a little bit of a higher leverage, and they're generating 10, 15, 20% on a monthly basis, and they're changing their lives very fast. They're enhancing their lives very fast. Now that's in literally a month. Let's look past. Let's look in the past a little bit longer. And all I want to do is we're going to do a little bit of more back testing. We're going to say, okay, well, it worked really well in the last 2 months, right? Or in the last month, it worked really, really well. How's it done, let's say, in the last 3 months? Let's go back 3 months. How's that sound? We'll go back 3 months. So I'm going to erase this, and we're going to go back 3 months. So we're going to go back to after Brexit. This was the Brexit response. Let's go back to see how this is done since Brexit happened, right here. And then what I'm going to do, because I want to stay as realistic and straightforward as I possibly can, is I'm going to take these results that I'm going to show you in a second, I'm going to cut them in half. The reason I'm going to cut them in half is because I don't want anybody to walk away from this saying, "Ah, no way, it's just too good to be true." Because the most frustrating thing that I go through as the market expert, as a product expert at Market Traders Institute, is doubt. It's traders and it's people walking away saying, "Oh, it can't be done." And then what I do every single day is generate huge income for me and my family. I teach people how to generate huge income for themselves. Joshua Martinez does the same thing. We prove it every day, and we still have people that doubt us. It's crazy. So again, I'm going to show you the results, and then I'm going to cut that in half just to make sure nobody doubts what you're seeing. This business is easy as long as you know what you're doing. Get on the side of the professionals and start to mimic what we do. Well, the FX Finder is going to help you mimic what Joshua Martinez is doing better than anything that I've ever seen. So let's do this. We're going to go back to, well, essentially I'll go back to the beginning of, or right after Brexit. So right here, we'll count this. We won't count this. Well, let's count them all. All right, let's go back a little further. And we'll go back when the arrows went from red to green. Okay, and I'm just gonna count these up. So from green to red, we would have bought, and we would have held. That would have been up 277 pips, plus 277. And you can see the results, just so everybody knows where I'm getting the results. You can see the results from red to green. What you want to do is you want to look right up in here. Right up here, you'll see the pips results. You see it up there? 793 pips. Profit. Plus 793. Again, this is the wealth building strategy. All you do is buy on green, sell on red. 795 pips. Red to green, about 112 pips. Green to red, 380 pips. All you're doing is selling. So all you're doing is selling when it's red, buying when it's green. 231 pips. Now, as I'm doing this, I want to ask a question. Type in a me if you think this is pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and very clear. So this was 231 pips, and this was 231 pips, right? Up, down, up, down, up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 250 pips, 250 pips. I'm going to go through this a little quicker. 250, 360 pips there, and that moved down. It doesn't get any easier than this. It literally doesn't. This is as close to a money machine. This would be about probably a break even, or maybe a plus 10. About 10 pips. That's the smallest one that we're probably going to find. And then every once in a while you get these absolute home runs. Check this out. 670 pips. Holy smokes. And then you get another home run back to back. 690 pips. $690 pips. And then, last but not least, this one here is up about 600 pips, as we mentioned, 600 pips here. So overall, over the last 3 months, since after Brexit, these are your results. Let's add this up. If all you did was turn on the FX Finder and buy when it's green, sell when it's red, and yes, it is that easy. And we prove it. Joshua Martinez proves it's that easy by showing his equity curve, by trading this with you, showing you exactly where to get in, where to get out. And the reality is it's kind of done for you. But he's made 277. The FX Finder's made 277, 793, 795, 112, 380, 231, 250, 360, 10, 670, 690, and last but not least, 600. 5,168 pips in less than 3 months. 5,168 pips in 3 months. On one currency pair. What does that mean? That means on a mini lot, that means you generated $5,168 in profits. On a standard lot, traders generated $51,680 in profits. And what did they do? Well, simply bought when it's green, sold when it's red. Bought when it's green, sold when it's red. Type it in me if this is simple enough for you to understand and for you to follow and for you to potentially execute in your own accounts and start generating these type of returns. So why in the world and how in the world can Joshua Martinez generate 24,000 pips since February? That's 3,000 pips per month. On a standard lot, that's $30,000 on a monthly basis. On a mini lot, that's $3,000 on a monthly basis. How can he do it? Because he's cracked the code with the FX Finder. I got to tell you, with these type of results, it'd almost be better for us to say, wow, it's some wizardry, right? It's like, oh, it's a secret sauce nobody knows. No, what the secret sauce is, and all of you can have access to this today, is the FX Finder. This is the secret sauce. This is an amazing wealth builder, but it gets better than this. That's the wealth building strategy. Now, a lot of traders use a combination, and most leveling traders use a combination of the wealth building strategy that I just went into that generated 5,100 pips in 3 months in the pound yen. They use a combination of that and strategy number one, which is the income generating strategy. Now, the income generating strategy, I'm going to open up a different chart here, and I'm going to show you this income generating strategy. It's the same exact concept. We have to define the direction. Now, I'm going to just go, let's pull up a different currency pair this time. Let's go pound Aussie. It really doesn't matter which one. It works on everything, but let's pull up pound Aussie. All right? What we need to do is we need to find direction, and then we need to pinpoint our entries and then manage risk. We put on the FX Finder. We change the candles from candles to line. And here is the income generating strategy. I'm just going to show you this last downturn. First of all, using the wealth generating strategy, type in a wire yes if you clearly see that this current trade would be up about 575 pips. And all you have to do is push a button. Sure. Pretty simple. In fact, extremely simple. Well, let me go into the income generating strategy. Now, the income generating strategy is extremely simple, yet very powerful. We use the FX Finder as our directional bias. It gives us our direction. It tells us exactly the direction we need to start trading in, right? We don't want to trade against that. If the arrows are down, then we want to trade to the downside. We use the line charts, and Joshua Martinez will trade with you, show you this live, and trade with you 3 times per week. But what we do is simple. When we get down arrows, what we look for is we look for the market to do what's called a counter trend line break. Now, this is a perfect example. Let me ask, can you clearly see before this that the market was moving in an upward fashion? It was making higher highs, higher lows, but we had a downward FX Finder, a red FX Finder. So what we wanted to do at that point is we want to start looking for an opportunity in a trend line break in the direction of the trend. So for income generating traders, what you do is you went short on that trend line break. You then, Joshua Martinez will teach you the formula where you can put your stop 10 to 15 pips above the prior U-turn up here. So the stop would have went approximately, just as an example, the stop would have went to about 10 pips above this high. So we'd go, yeah, right about in there. And our reward would have been 3 times our risk. So if we would have gotten in at this bar right here, because that's when we get the break, our risk on this trade would have been 27 pips, 28 pips. Our reward would have been 3 times that, and we would have went for 84 pips as a reward. So let's fast forward and see what happens. Does price from this point fall 84 pips? Let me just mark where 84 pips would be. Well, it does. 84 pips from this current entry right here would have been, well, would have been down right about at that level, right, a little below here, right there. That would have been one trade, an income trade, that would have generated 84 pips in a matter of 12 hours. So what does that mean? That's 84 pips. We'll say it another way. 84 pips or mini lot equals $84. Standard lot equals $840 in 12 hours. Now we're starting to talk. Now we're starting to generate our income. Can you live off of $840 of income on one trade in one day? Well, we have a lot of students generating that and much, much more using the income strategy. Now, once again, what we want to do is we want to look for those opportunities, and Josh Martinez will teach you how to take advantage of every one of these, even mini opportunities like this, right? There was a potential trade right here. Could have got short. Possibly had about a 50, 60 pip stop, 150 pip plus target. As we can see, let's just see what happens. Trend line break. Let's say your stop went 10 pips above this high up here. You get an idea of what that would have been. We probably had about a 47, let's say 50 pip stop, so 150 pip target. So your target would have been down to about 71.50. So let's just see, would price have hit that? Let's just check it out. Right about down in there, stop would have been up there. Price never moves up, hits the stop, and what's it do? It moves down and hits the target. So once again, we would have had a trade good for about 150 pips in a matter of about 30 bars. So we're talking a day and a half for 150 pips. So 150 pips, mini lot, that would have been good for $150. Standard lot, that would have been good for $1,500 in a day and a half, in 30 hours. Not too bad. These two trades by themselves, this is why it's strategy number one, which is the income trade. These two trades would have overall taken you, you would have entered the first trade on the 15th, the second trade you would have exited on the 20th. So you basically would have taken 2 trades in a matter of 4 trading days, and on a standard lot you would have generated about $2,340 in less than a week. In less than a week. On a mini lot, on a $200 investment, you would have generated $234 in less than a week. Type it in me if you would like to generate $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a weekly basis using very simple red arrows, green arrows, trend line breaks, and then not only doing that, but having us guide you, hold your hand, and trade with you. You are never going to be alone. Now, I can sit here all day, every day, constantly. We can go through every single pair. I can do this over and over and over again. And I can show you this entire rundown, how this entire rundown over the course of the last week should have generated you thousands and thousands of dollars. You could have taken this short here, this short here, this short here, and right now we're setting up for a potential another short down here. So you could have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 income trades, probably generated close to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 over the course of the last week with this one strategy. That is the income strategy. But again, I want to let you know, you're never going to be alone. We're going to be trading with you. Joshua Martinez has dedicated himself and committed that he's going to trade with you through all of October to get you to master this strategy yourself. You're going to have access to the strategy. You have access to the FX Finder. For the rest of your life, you'll have access to this income. We'll never take it away from you. And you're going to trade live with Josh 3 times a week, having him generate his income with you. Having him show you exactly how and what trades he's going into to generate an equity curve that looks like this. He's averaging 800 pips, 900 pips every single week. Imagine generating 800 to 900 pips on a weekly basis, 3,000 pips on a monthly basis. That's what he's doing. So again, what I want to do is I want to have everybody understand that this is one of the most powerful strategies I've ever seen in my life. It accomplishes everything that traders should look for. It's simplistic, yet extremely profitable. It helps you generate income, just like these trades would have generated income, and it also helps you build the wealth for the legacy money, the long-term money. Type it in me if you want to hear more details on how you can actually join this course, get the FX Finder, and start trading with Josh starting tomorrow. Literally start making money tomorrow, because that's what it's all about. It is all about, all of you are here to start generating life-changing money now. And that's what I want to invite every single one of you to do. I want to invite everyone, and guess what? I'm going to show you ways where we're going to make this absolutely a no-brainer and risk-free. The risk is going to be completely off of you and 100% on us. Okay, let's go into this. Now, our success is built around the full life cycle support of our students. We really, really, really believe that we can get every single student making a tremendous amount of money. I want you to understand something very important. What I'm about ready to say is probably one of the most important facts that you need to understand, which is if Joshua Martinez is generating 24,000 pips, if he's generated 24,000 pips since February, then you can and should have generated 24,000 pips since February. I'll say it another way. If Joshua Martinez generates 1,000 pips next week, then we're going to have students, some of you in here will generate 1,000 pips next week. That's $10,000 on the standard lot. That's $1,000 on a mini lot. Because this business is simple. If somebody is doing it, you can do it. It's not like rocket science. It's not like, you have to go and learn exactly what an Elon Musk or a Steve Jobs knows. You don't have to. All you have to do is follow simple, strategic, systematic strategies that are proven to make money. That's what we have here. Now, here's the result. These are live, real results. I've already went over this, but I want to make sure this is driven home. Joshua Martinez is up 24,000 pips since February. That's over 3,000 pips per month. Now, imagine, I want you to just imagine if we can get you to a point of making 3,000 pips per month. I promise you, if you're making 3,000 pips per month, all your financial fears, all your financial worries, they're done. They're gone. The drawdowns, the investments you've made, whatever it might be, none of it matters. All of the mistakes you've made are gone if we get you to the point of making 3,000 pips systematically, strategically on a monthly basis. And we will get you there, just like we've gotten thousands of students there already. This is not a small sample size. He's taken 469 trades overall. So it's not like he just took one trade and had a huge winner. No, he takes trades consistently on a daily basis, and what he does is when he takes these trades and he sets them up, he shares them with the students. He trades these live in front of you with you. So it's just like, as I mentioned, it's like the master fisherman teaching you how to fish, But he's also, as he teaches you how to fish, he's feeding you the best tasting fish in the world, and he's showing you the greatest ponds, the best bait, the best tools to use, and he's launching you so you can do it by yourself, for the rest of your life. He's winning at an average rate of 71%. Now that is huge, because if you think about it, if you can win, I tell you this as a 17-year trading veteran, if you can find a way to win at 71%, it is going to make everything else in your life better. If you have a normal job that you work 9 to 5, if you're a husband or a wife or a mother or a father, if you win and you're trading and investing 71% of the time, I hate to say this, but it's going to make you a better person. I just say that on a personal level, because I know when I'm winning at a high rate, like 70, 75% of my trades, if I'm winning at that high of a rate, then I'm in a better mood. I'm success begets success, and I'm a better husband. I'm a better father. I'm just a better person when I'm winning at a higher rate. And so following Joshua Martinez and having a very successful high win rate is going to help in multiple areas in your life. It's absolutely amazing. This is one of those tools and one of those courses that every single student needs to be a part of. Now, here's what you're going to get. This course is normally $3,995, but we're not going to charge that to you today. And I want you to stick with me, because we are doing some things that are absolutely amazing. This is 100% on us and not on you. But what you're going to get is you're not going to pay $3,995. Today, the course is $1,995. Now, we have never made it so inexpensive for students to join Market Traders Institute, and not only join Market Traders Institute, but be a part of the most successful strategy we have, as easy as this. This is amazing. You get all 3 strategies. You get the FX Finder, you get the Ultimate Charts, absolutely free for 2 months. So you get the same exact tools, so Josh can share his workspaces with you. Yeah, we're actually doing this, but here's where we're going to make it a no-brainer. We're going to put this over the top. Josh has decided that for every student that signs up for this, he's going to trade with you. He's going to share his workspaces. He's going to give you the indicators and the strategies and everything. He's literally going to, it's as close to being inside of his brain, inside of his trading room as you can get, without being right next to him, or without him trading for you. So as a sign-up bonus, what he's going to do is he's going to trade with you live for 2 hours every single day, all the way through the end of October. So what I want to do right now is I want to encourage every single person in here. This is one of those tools that will systematically, strategically help you generate an amazing amount of income. It's almost as easy as pushing a button once over a month and then pushing the button again the next month. I showed you a trade where you can generate wealth over the last 3 months. You would have been up over 5,000 pips, taking 10 trades, and all you did was follow the red arrows, the green arrows. Now you get a trade with Joshua Martinez for 3 times every single week, strategically, systematically showing you his process, absolutely free. And this is really where we're going to put it over the top. I want every single person in here to realize that the value of this, to trade with Joshua Martinez 3 times per week through the end of October, is $10,000. We have students that are mentored under him that pay a tremendous amount of money. He's going to be your mentor. The FX leveling course itself is $3,995, but today it's $1,995. It is absolutely, as Gregory just pointed out, this is absolutely a no-brainer. And the way we're going to make this a no-brainer is we're going to take all the risk. We're going to put all the risk on us and take it off of you. So what we're going to do is this, and I want everybody to pay attention. We are going to do a 400 pip guarantee. What that means is if you trade 1 standard lot, that would be a 4,000 pip profit. That means that the course costs $2,000. You generate $4,000 trading the standard lot. We're going to make a 400 pip guarantee. What this means is very simple. We are so confident this trading strategy, the leveling strategy, will work for you. It will be the strategy that helps you generate income and accomplish all the goals that you have. That if we do not show 400 pips worth of opportunity over the next 600 days, if we don't prove that to you over the next 60 days, then you will get 100% of your money back. Now, I want you to think about what this means. This means that we are going to carry all the risk. We're going to provide you the exact formulas. We're going to provide you all the course material. We're going to carry all the cost of Josh Martinez attending and having these classes and trading with you. You're going to get the charting service absolutely free for 60 days. You're going to get a staff member and an account representative to call you to make sure you're on your path 2 times per week as a guidance counselor, as somebody who's going to guide you down the path. And if at the end of the 60 days, if we haven't proven, if we haven't shown you how to generate income, and if we haven't shown you at least 400 pips of actionable opportunities for you, then you get your money back. There's no questions asked. All you have to do, ask for your money back. You get it back. So if you think about this, we either change your life, give you something that's going to generate an amazing amount of income, or you ask for your money back. It's a no-brainer. I want to ask every single person in here to type in your phone number right now with the word me. When you type in your phone number right now with the word me, what you're going to do, very simple, you're going to have a conversation with an education specialist, with your future account rep. They're going to help you and guide you. Doesn't mean that you're automatically signing up. What it means is you're willing to have a conversation. We do offer financing. We offer ways for every person in this room to be able to take advantage of this and get involved. There is not one person in here that shouldn't be typing in their phone number with the word me. Because if you think about this, we either change your financial future, we either help you generate income at a substantial rate, and we prove ourselves over the next 60 days by you accessing the strategy, by you trading with Joshua Martinez, or you get your money back. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, yeah, okay, but what are the results of students? I know that Joshua makes a lot of money, but what are the students actually generating? Well, I want to show you some of the screenshots, and Josh actually gets these every single day. It's crazy. It's amazing. Now, I want to show you this. I want to show you that this isn't just, Joshua Martinez, who's been trading for, almost 10 years, and Tyson and the Chief and all of us. It's not just us that is doing this. It's students. It's students that are brand new. It's students that have never traded in the currency markets ever before, and it's students that are more advanced. It's all types of people, but they're generating an amazing amount of income. Now, these are all different students. I want you to look at this. 319 pips, 250 pips, 353, 375, 500, 580. It goes on and on. 282, 260. Now, what does this mean? If somebody just typed in 260 pips, what that means is they just made $2,660 on a standard lot. And what did they have to do? Well, they attended the class. They got the FX Finder. They traded with Joshua Martinez, and they realized that this business is simple. I need you to understand this. This business is simple. Find those who are really good. Well, guess what? Joshua Martinez is really good. In fact, he's probably the best. He proves it. He's up 24,000 pips, not hypothetical pips, not like, oh, I kind of was. No, real money pips since February. He's showing you his exact formula on how to do this. So you find somebody like that. If you find somebody like that, which you just did, all you have to do is start to mimic what Josh does. Well, thank the Lord, and good thing for you, Josh is allowing you to get his strategy and watch him trade starting tomorrow. And that's the thing I need to make sure is very clear. This starts tomorrow. It's not like, oh, you got to wait a little while. No. This is, you got to get on board starting tomorrow. In fact, there's some urgency when it comes to this. Let me go through a few more examples here of students producing amazing results. 1,060 pips here. 127 pips here. 200 pips here. Bill asks, what are the financing options? We have all sorts of financing options, Bill. Everybody's situation is a little different. So what I'd like you to do, if you're interested, if you want to find out more about how to get with Josh starting tomorrow, start trading with him tomorrow, I'd like you to type in your phone number with the word me. If you need to talk about financing options, we absolutely have those plans, and we're willing to work with every student out there. Now, remember what I said. We can bring, the whole saying is you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Well, I'm telling you right now, this is the the water that you need to drink. This is the water that will get you to the point of being that profitable trader you want to be. I can't force you to drink it. But what I can tell you is this, is if there's a will, there's a way. If you type your phone number in with the word me, you're going to have a conversation with us, and we're going to try to do everything we can to get you a part of this, to help you start generating income tomorrow. And your expectation should be you're going to generate income tomorrow. Just like these students, 920, 900 pips, 1,100 pips. It's absolutely huge. Now, again, I want to remind you, this course is normally $4,000, but today it's not that. Now, I do also want to push out a link to you because there's a time limit on this. This is very, very important. I want everybody to understand that Joshua Martinez is starting and having the 4-hour course starting tomorrow. All right, starting tomorrow. Very important. It is important for all of you to be a part of this, to get access to the charts, to get access to the strategy, and be a part of the course tomorrow so you don't miss out on any opportunities. Now, what are your expectations? Well, your expectations should be to make 500, 600, 700 pips every single week and to have Joshua Martinez help you and guide you through this. If we do not prove to you that you can make at least 400 pips by the end of 60 days, then you get 100% of your money back. Now, I'm going to push this link out to you, and if you're planning on using this link, what I want you to do is I want you to type in your phone number with the word link. Again, type in your phone number with the word link, or type in your phone number with the word me. If you're not quite sure, if you're on the fence, that's okay. Listen, it's okay. I understand money doesn't grow on trees. I get it. But I also understand this, and I believe wholeheartedly that every single one of you in here is going to trade. Every single person in here is going to trade. I believe that. Maybe you're already trading. And I can tell you this right now, I have been around the block in this business, and I've seen a tremendous amount of successful traders, and I've seen a tremendous amount of non-successful traders. And I can tell you right now that if you have the ability to get mentored under a Joshua Martinez, let's just say you didn't even get his strategy that he trades, but all he did was trade in front of you. The wealth of knowledge and information you're going to get over the next month, month and a half is going to be huge. But on top of that, you're also going to get the charts for free for 2 months. You're going to get access to the FX Finder. You're going to get access to our client webinars. It's going to blow your mind, and there is no doubt in my mind you're going to generate a tremendous amount of money. Now, there is a time limit on this because we have to get everybody registered in the system. We want to make sure that you can get your system downloaded and get prepared for the course tomorrow. So we have a 26-minute time limit. So I'm going to push this link out one more time. I want to encourage every person in here to type in their phone number with the word link. Or type in the phone number with the word me. If you're not quite sure, you can type in your phone number with the word with a question mark and say, you know what, I have a couple questions. I'm not sure. I want to know more about the financing. But there is no reason for you not to take advantage of this. Get our charts for free for 60 days. Trade with Joshua Martinez through October. Get the course that Joshua Martinez has generated 3,000 pips every single month, month after month since February on. And to make it better than all of that, we guarantee we're going to blow you away. We guarantee that we are going to show you 400 pips worth of opportunity over the next 60 days. And if we don't, then simply get your money back. But if we do, and I want to say this real clearly, if we do show you 400 pips, which I believe it's going to be a lot more than that, if we show you 400 pips of opportunities over the next 60 days, then this is the greatest decision you've ever made, because now you just learned something that's going to help you build your FU fund, your Forget You fund. That's going to liberate you to not have to worry about the economy, the election, anything anymore. As long as there's a market open, you can generate income. So again, I want to thank those. I want to encourage every person in here to type in your phone number with the word me, with a question mark, or with link. And I want to thank those that have. Thank you for your micro commitment. Bill, thank you. Esther, thank you. I see your phone number there. Bill, I see your phone number with question marks. That's absolutely fine. Georgia, thank you with your phone number with link. And Gregory, thank you with your phone number with link. Thank you for that. Aaron, thank you for your phone number. Also, I've got your phone number. Gregory M., thank you. I've got your phone number. Eric G., thank you. I've got your phone number. Brad, thank you for that. Now again, we've got to kind of go through some of, I'm going to end here in a second, but if I kind of walk through what some of you may be thinking, why some of you may not be typing in your phone number. Some of the reasons may be money. Well, we'll work with every single person here when it comes to finance. Some of you, it may be time. Don't let time get in your way, because again, if all you do is trade the wealth building strategy, an example here, you bought here, you made 872 pips. You sold here, you're up 568 pips. Time is not an excuse. Some of you might say, hey, you know what, maybe it's a spouse or a loved one. I'm telling you right now, if you do this and we help you change your financial future or enhance your financial life, they will not only support this, but they will know that this was the greatest decision you've ever made. So again, I'm going to end here, but I want to encourage, if you have not yet, I want to encourage, I want to challenge, I want to ask every single person in this room to type in your phone number with one of three things. Either type in your phone number with the word me, have a conversation. Help us help you figure out how to get you into this starting tomorrow. Get the course, get the strategies, get the charts, get everything. Start making money tomorrow. Type in your phone number with the word link if you know, hey, listen, I want to get in right now. I want to use this link. I know I didn't generate, thousands of dollars in the last week, and this strategy did. Holy smokes, I want to be a part of it. Or type in your phone number with a question mark, because you still have some questions. We want to help every single person who wants to help themselves. I'm telling you right now, this is the real deal. You found the strategy that you've been looking for. It's right here. The ball's in your court. Again, I do want to thank those that have typed in their phone number. Bill, Brad, thank you, I've got your phone number. Eric, Georgie, Georgia, thank you, I've got your phone number also. Hey, everybody, I'm going to end here. I'm going to keep this open for a few more minutes. Now remember, you have nothing to lose. If we don't prove and we don't show you amazing opportunities on how to generate a lot of money, then guess what? You get your money back. You get your money back. So there's really nothing to lose. The only thing you'll lose is an opportunity to get into this course tomorrow. The only thing you'll lose is every single day that goes by that you decide not to go into this course, you're missing out on opportunities. That's the fact. So again, I'm going to keep this open for a few more minutes, but if you have not yet, go ahead and type your phone number in with the question mark, me, or link. Esther, thank you. Robin, thank you. All right, everybody, have a great day, and stay by your phones. We'll reach out to you. Thanks.